Hi and welcome to Tiffany's Tiny Things. In this video I am going to make my very first Blythe doll custom. And when I bought this doll, I immediately saw that she is supposed to be Alice in Wonderland. Maybe not the Disney version or like the game version. It's something in between, like a mix of all the Alices we know and love. So this will be kind of my twist on Alice. So let's get started. So if you're not familiar with Blythe dolls, it's a kind of doll that has a very big head, a smaller body, and when you pull a string in the back of her neck, she can change her eyes. As you see here, I have disassembled her already. So what does Alice have that we know her of? She has a blue dress. I didn't have the right blue fabric, so I actually had this old Lika-chan doll dress that I thought will be perfect for kind of customizing into Alice's dress. So I am going to start with making her a cute little apron. This is a little pattern I made and I chose this cute little flowery trim, and I'm just going to gather it together like this in the sewing machine and put a ribbon on, and this striped fabric will be her stockings. So now the apron is done and let's do her underskirt. The underskirt, I found these two cute little laced fabrics and I'm just going to sew 2 lines to make kind of a channel for the rubber band. And as you see, I changed the position of the buttons. I also made these very simple little underpants for her. Now I'm going to make her stockings, and I just trace out her leg and pin them together like this and do exactly the same on one more piece. Cut out the 2 pieces and just sew them the right sides to each other. I put some fray check on, and when I've sewn them, I turn them inside out, and now they're finished, and I try them with her little shoes on just to see how it looks, and it looks good. And I thought it would be fitting to put this heart-shaped lace on the bottom of her skirt and also on her shoulders. And as you see, I'm trying out some different items here for her character, like pair of keys and some like steampunky cogwheels or gears, playing cards. I'm starting with sewing these on. Also, I got this little glass bottle for the potion that's gonna say drink me. I thought it was a good idea to put just glitter in it instead of fluids, because that's messy. And now I'm just doing the little cookie that's gonna say eat me. I'm just using regular thin foam board for this. I'm using Mod Podge and glitter to make it look like it's sugar coated. So I'm just dipping the cookie in the white glitter and it looks like sugar. And here I'm using just regular acrylic paint in multiple layers. And you see, it says eat me. I'm putting a little metal hoop here to attach the bottle and the cookie. So now it's time for some Blythe surgery, and as you see, I've already disassembled the 2 pieces of the head. We won't be needing that spring, so I'm just removing that, and now we are going to take out the eye mechanism. So I'm just taking out the little screws and gently pushing out the eyes. To make her look upwards a little bit, I'm going to modify the mechanism, cutting out a little piece of the eyelid and the so-called T-bar. And this is what you see. I'm just gently shaving off very little like 1 millimeter I'm shaving off. And this is so that the eyelids will open up a little bit more. And this is the T-bar. I'm shaving off just 1 or 2 millimeters of that, and that will make her gaze look upwards a little bit. To take out the eye chips, I saw this trick that you just use this hot glue stick, melt it and just pull it out, and it worked really well. So yeah, do that. And now let's start sanding the face and the neck and the eyelids. And I'm using really fine sanding paper for this because we don't want scratches. And the factory paint comes off really easily. And now I'm just using a regular pencil to draw out the new shape of the face that I want. I want her to have a little button nose and a little bit more voluptuous lips. And as you see, I have these carving tools, and I'm starting out with the Dremel just to get the roughest shapes first. And I just kind of test out the different bits on it and trying out my wood carving tools. And these small hand files were very handy. So I can really recommend everything of this. I used all of it. The Dremel, the carving tools and the hand files. And also this X-Acto knife for the very small details and making like the lip creases. Now we're going to sand her down with the finest sanding paper so that we eliminate all scratches. Because when we paint her, otherwise they will be very visible. And I also sanded the eyelids and the back of her neck the same way, but I didn't carve anything, obviously. So let's start with doing her makeup. So first of all, I sprayed everything with 3 layers of Mr. Super Clear UV Cut flat. And of course let it dry in between the layers. And then I started with the soft pastels, just very lightly to see how much color her face takes. And I'm just building it slowly up as I go. I have a little bit of blue underneath her eyes and some pinks and reds on her cheeks and nose, and in her lip creases I go a little bit darker. And as I'm happy with one layer, I put on one more layer of Mr. Super Clear. And I slowly start with the watercolor pencils. So this is my first time making eyebrows like this, and especially the size of them is like a much bigger than I normally do. But I'm really happy with how they turned out, considering it's my first Blythe doll. So yeah, I'm really happy with them. So now I'm just blending the back and front piece together with some soft pastels, so it's not like this sharp line in between. And now to the fun bit. Well, everything is fun, but I was looking forward to this, making the little art on the back of her neck. And I chose, of course, the Cheshire Cat. And I was considering the one from the games or from the Disney movie. I settled with the Disney version because I think that's the cutest one. So yeah, I'm just using watercolor pencils, and after I'm done with the outlines, I go in with the acrylics, and of course seal everything with Mr. Super Clear. So I was a little bit indecisive with the eyelids, but in the end I decided on the Cheshire Cat stripes. As you see, I paint them in the same colors as the cat. And while they dry, I continue with the cat. And of course, I write her name and my name, the year, and what number of Blythe this is. And as you see, it's of course number 1. So I wasn't happy with how the eyelids looked, so I decided to put glitter on them in stripes. So I have the perfect purple for this. And then the blue is not quite the right blue one, but it's okay. It's going to look good anyway. I decided to make some custom eyes in the shape of hearts and spades, and 1 white rose and 1 red rose, because, you know, in the story she paints the white roses red, so I thought that would be fitting. And yeah, I don't really know how to put them in, but I just used regular white glue and glued them in the holes. And it worked out, so yeah. And as you see, I made some gold glittery ones. And the blue ones I actually just bought like that. So I bought this neck joint thingy from Beth Ramsden, and if you haven't already seen her videos, I can really recommend them. She makes really good tutorials, and she also 3D printed these neck joints, and that's so that Blythe can move her head from side to side and up and down, and also her neck doesn't look so short. So they're really great. And here I made the pull strings. I just used some pretty little beads and some charms at the end. And now I'm just popping the eyes back into the mechanism to see how they look. And it looks really good. But then I remembered she needs eyelashes. I took the eyes out again. And these are just human fake eyelashes that I trimmed to size. I actually didn't use any extra glue for this. I just used the glue that's already on them and pushed them in, and yeah, sitting quite well there. I put all the screws back into the head and I tied the pull string. And then burn the edges so it melts together. And then just click the 2 sides together and put in the last screws, and then she's done. I also made this cute little hair loop or headband, I don't know what you call it, but I made it out of an old plastic container. I wrapped it in black ribbon and put some white fake roses on top and painted them a little bit red, so you know. And with that, she is completed. So let's do some beauty shots. Thank you so much for watching, and I just want to thank my Patreons, Mbop, Jem and the Instagrams, Johnny, Hannah Bengtsson, Meliodas, Helen Ripley, Nandeska, Viola B, and Lisa. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the bell button so you won't miss my next videos. And if you want more exclusive content, you can become my patron. You will see the link down below where you can also find my Etsy shop, my Instagram, and things like that. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye! And I'm saying stupid things.
Now it's time for the beauty shots!